You can have over 700 or 800 spirit in this game. Here you see the spirit in the right hand corner. It's super useful for aura gems, obviously, but what it's really used for is for minion builds. You want as much as possible. I'm gonna show you where you can find everything and how to use it. So first things first, let's go to the world map, because in the campaign you can get spirit from the basic missions. In Act 1, you go to Freythorn, you kill the King in the Mists, you get an item from him, you click on it, 30 spirit. Then you go to Act 3, you go to the Azak Bog, you kill the witch there, you get another item, you click that again, you get a spirit gem that you can convert into a skill that you can use spirit for, and you get another 30 spirit from that one, so that's 60 in total. Then once again in the campaign, you go to the Azak Bog again in Cruel Act 3, you kill the witch again, and instead of 30 you now get 40 spirit, and that in total is 100 spirit from the campaign. Now, there's a lot of items that you can also get spirit from. So let's have a look here. For example, I've got a body armor here. This one is hybrid armor and energy shield and has an implicit with spirit. That one, as you can see here, can roll to 30. And it also has a prefix, and that can roll to 50. So in total you can get 80 if you've got the highest rolls for both spirit from a body armor. And then we got a very interesting here. This is a scepter. This is one of the main sources for spirit. You always want to run one when you got a minion build. There's a base amount of 100 spirit, and then it can be increased with modifiers. This one, as you can see, it has a hybrid modifier, so it's got spirit and a flat maximum mana. It can also roll another modifier that's not on here right now, and that's just pure increased spirit. And I think you can get in total 203 spirit from a max rolled scepter here. Then, for example, here we got an amulet. This one again, the solar amulets, they have implicit spirit, so they always have spirit on them, but that can only go to 15. However, there's also a modifier that it can roll. It's not on here right now, and that can roll until 50, so you can get 65 more spirit from your amulet. That's another one interesting here. This is a helmet. It doesn't have any modifiers on it that can roll into spirit, however you can corrupt it. So this item is corrupted and it grants you 20 spirit. It's basically a rare corruption. You're very lucky if you get one. It always makes the item better. Then, in the recent update, we got on the passive tree, we also got 10% spirit. Now, this is very good when you run a minion build. You basically start in this area when you're a witch. And then here, you got 3 nodes, 2% spirit, 3% spirit, and the last one, 5% spirit. So this gives you 10% more spirit in total. Now, what else do we got? There are items. For example, here we go. We got Aventur's Gamble. This can roll 20 spirit normally. However, this one is corrupted. And that's why it's so expensive. It's corrupted with 20% more stats for spirit, so it can roll to 24 spirit. Basically quite of a rare item. Not sure if you want to use it on a mini build, but it's definitely a good source. This is another example of the scepters, right? So for example, what you see here, you see the hybrid roll of increased spirit and flat mana, and you see the just pure increased spirit roll. And there's another very good source for spirit, is the Infernalist. Now the Infernalist is an ascendancy from the witch, and has an ascendancy point here. It's called Beta to Will. It gives 1 maximum spirit per 25 maximum life. Now you can imagine if you stack a lot of life, you get 2, maybe 300 spirit from this one, right? And then what else do we got? We got something very interesting. We got Soul Cores. Oh no, I don't know what that one is. There we go. You got a Soul Core, and this one, if you put it on your martial weapon, it grants 15 spirit. Now, if you're lucky and you get a corrupt on a martial weapon with 3 sockets, then you can get another 45 spirit from this one. So that's it. There are a few more other things, like maybe there's a timeless jewel. There's some body armors, I think, some unique body armors that grant a little bit of spirit. But now you know how to find it and where to use it. I'll quickly explain to you what you're going to do with it. Obviously here you get some auras, right? For example, Withering Presence. This one reserves 30 spirit, as you can see. And when it's spinning, that means it's on. I can click it off, and then in the corner you see I've got more spirit available. If I turn it on, this spirit goes down. There's also a spirit bar in the left here next to your mana. And let's say the fuller that is, the more spirit you have available to use. I'm using another spirit gem here, that's Blasphemy. I can turn that one off. And I turn this one off, and now you see that my spirit bar here on the left is completely full. Right, so I turn that on, I turn that on. I've got another 60 spirit left, which means I can use Blink. It's a movement skill. I'll turn that on. And there we go. That's it. That's where you can find all the spirit in game. I hope it's useful. And yeah, that's it. See you later, gamers.